there was a common query from some of our nodes, like how to parse JSON in bash scripts. So when we are going to uh, write some script or we want to enforce some rules, then this is a common practice that we need to parse and act upon some JSON data in our bash scripts in our DevOps and SRE roles. So we are going to play with JSON in bash scripts today. So there is a very powerful tool uh, that is JQ. We are going to use that. So JQ uh, uh, is a lightweight and flexible command line JSON processor. As you can see on my screen that I have opened the jqlang.org, the official page of that utility. So in download section we can download based on our infrastructure which we are working, maybe in pipeline or some docker image or whatnot. So we can install our jq utility in a linux in different format based on the commands given, and mac os based on homebrew or in different ways. So it does supports the windows also, so it's very good and powerful tool, so we are going to use that today. So as from basic steps, we are going to start from the documentation page, so it is the best way to learn anything. So there are some tutorials they have given, like how so first of all we will go there and see what it is and how the problem it solves. So the tagline which talks about the highlight point is JQ is like SED, the system editor, sorry, stream editor for JSON data. You can use we have SED command in our Linux environment. So JQ is in that form for JSON data. So it slice, filters, map, transform the structured data into the same ease with like sedevoc and grep command as we have in our Linux environment. So it is quite good. So it's written in C, so that is very impressive. So let's start with Koi. So we can either we can go to tutorials where they have suggested that there is some JSON structure, and based on the JSON structure we can play around it, the command how we are going to play with it. Okay, so this is the one very good page to start with, and there is very good and elaborated page of manual. So JQ manual is also there, so how we need to invoke it, how we can how we can apply the basic filters, its regular expressions, some advanced features like maps, flat and it math operations, and IO and streaming, all of that. So we'll start one by one. So let's ready to get our hands dirty. So I'll start with very basic one. So let's suppose okay, for simplicity I have created a file, JSON file with the name emp.json. So I can show you that this is our JSON file where we are having one array, and under the array we were having one object with ID1 with the name and salary. Similarly, this represents the employee with ID2, Ajay, and the salary 2000, and so on. So, okay. So I'll try to get this thing how we can invoke the JQ. So let's suppose if I run cat emp.json and pass this with a pipe to JQ, as we are quite familiar with that piping in our Linux. So if I pipe it to JQ, what it does, it just parse it and displays it on our screen. So you can see that JK. So I okay. Now I would like to like let's suppose I want to parse this data. So how can I parse this data? So let's suppose I pass uh, if you are able to see okay, let me go this way. So I pass the JQ, and here I need to pass something. What can be the something? It can be a dot. So it can be dot means nothing, no, just input and output, no transformation, nothing. So it's just parsing the data. Now let's suppose if I put, I want to access that array. I want to access that array with the brackets with the so what it is going to do? It is going to do, it will iterate over each element of that array, and then okay, let's start with this simply. So if I hit it, it does what it does. It just go through each and every object and just print it out here. You see that, like that. Okay, let's suppose I want to access only one element, not all the elements as it does. I just want to access the element at zeroth index. This is zeroth index object in our array. This is index 1 and it is index 2, the basic array operation. So if I put 0, so it is going to return me first object. Pretty simple. So let's suppose I want to extract the information from object number object which is residing at index 0 with its name. So I can put dot name. I can put dot name and it will return me Vinay. Are you okay with it? So we are going here. We can think like we want to apply. We want to extract zeroth index object, and then from that object, I want to extract the value from this key name. Okay. Okay. Now what if I don't want to put 0? What it will do? It will go through each and every object of that array and extract name key from each element and pass to me. Isn't it? It just passed from each and every element. Okay. I think it's fairly simple. Now I can tell you that we are using cat emp, then passing it to this. We can have a smarter way also. Let's suppose the same results can be obtained by without using cat command, but the jq directly and pass the employee.json here. So we are just okay. Let's rephrase it. This is the input, this is the filter or the criteria or the or I should say the transformation we need to apply with the help of JQ. Okay, let's set it. It is going to return the same value. So either way we can play with it, but it is more convenient and simple to understand. So it is fairly simple. We can use like here the same way. We can put the zeroth index and get the value out of it. So it is simple enough. Now what if the okay, I would like to show you something more. I want to pass the employee.json, and here you can see that if we are playing with that array. Okay, now let's suppose we have very complex JSON structure. We have very complex JSON structure. To get a complex JSON structure, what I want, uh, I just want to, I will run a curl command. This is then API from my github.com with the my repository, and it will list me the all repositories and the relevant information, the metadata about it. And I want to output it into sample.json or maybe repos.json, whatever, repos.json file. So what it will do, it will fetch the information. Okay, it's https, I missed it. So what it will do, it will download the the content of this file in my local repository. So you can see that if I run jq and I open like dot, and that means no operation at all, and put repo.json. So what it will do, it will parse it in my system. You can see that it's a huge big JSON structure. So I we will try to get the feel how we can leverage it, the idea of it. So basically it's at the top, it is also an array, and under the array there is a huge big object for each and every repository related to each and every. So let's suppose its full name is bytehub slash tag slash sandbox, and its owner is bytehub tag, which is the repository of it, and the organization basically. So similarly there are some URLs, there are some other configuration we have. So it's very big file, and the idea we are going to parse it in a very simple way. Okay, let's try with it. So I just clear my screen, and I would like to show you how we can play it accordingly. So what I will do, we want to go to each and every object of that array, and then fetch the full name. For example, the full name of the repo. So it is bytehub tag slash sandbox something 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 like that only. So let's suppose if I go to honor owner of that repository. So it's a big object, you see. So each and every object, each and every repository has a owner field, and that owner field itself has a big JSON object. So let's suppose I am interested in its ID. What is the ID of that owner for each repository? Correct. So how can I do that? So it is very fairly simple. I just use chaining. It is called chaining. So let's revisit. This is iterate over each element of the array. Then under it, go to owner object. Under owner, go to ID, identity. So it will display all the IDs. Fortunately, or all the IDs belong to all the ownership belongs to one person, so it's very simple enough. Now what I want, for example, it's an owner ID, and I want the full name of the repository. So both, I need both things. So what I can do, I can put, I can use comma, and comma the same way, dot owner, sorry, that full name. So here you can see that I will have the owner ID, owner ID, and name of the repository. You can see that. So we will get owner ID and the repository for each and every part. So this is the idea. Now let's suppose I want the array, whole array from this. So I can wrap this information in an array. Okay, just we will be getting simple. Okay, so what I did, I just want to put the names of repositories and convert them into an array. Before that, we are not getting this array. All the information was simply in string format, and in just printout mode, in a console mode. We convert this into an array. Fairly simple. So we go through that how chaining works. So in the same way, if I would like to tell you one thing, okay, that owner dot login, owner dot login, or ID, anyone, it is same thing. Here, see the difference what I am trying to tell you. Like here we are doing chaining, correct? So what we can also do, we can pipe it. So understand that part. Let's make this simple. Go to each and every object in the array and extract the owner information, and pass this owner information to login, to extract the login. so we will get the same result. So idea is we can, so we can remove that uh, pipe, or we can directly chain it. So if we are getting the same result, so if I pass the piping, that's also going the same results, and if I do chaining, then it will be going to result the same values. I would like to show you another operator we can use here. So let's suppose there we want to iterate over each and every object of that array, and I want to pass this to a method called length. So it will return me length of each of that element. Are you getting? So we will be getting that information based on um, each and every object of that method. So if I directly pass length, I will get the size of the array in repos.json file. So this is the basic difference. If I access to the each and every object and then pass the length, so it will give me uh, the length of the keys it holds the each object. So because it has the same object, so it is 81 81 81, but it has the total length of the array is 7. So we can verify here also: 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, so there are some basic operations we can perform on the array. So next thing we can discuss about how we can create an array. We have already discussed we can create the object also. We can create the object also. How we can do that? Let's suppose go with the okay, I'll try with that emp.json, length.emp.json. So we will be having three objects in the employee.json file. So each and every object out of it, and then I can pass this to dot id comma dot name. So what it will do, it will go through each and every object of it, and from that I want to extract the id and name, and I want to assign the name of that like id, yeah, or I can say emp underscore id, and here I can put emp underscore name and quote it here only. Now it will try to extract the information from our object. You see, here we are getting employee ID and employee name, not the salary, because we have constructed a new array, constructed a new object for this. Okay, so can I wrap this in an array? Definitely yes. So I can wrap this and in an array, and further create a pipeline to get the desired results. So it creates it. Uh, what it does, it created each and every under an object, under an array, but that was not our intention. So we can remove it here and pass everything under an array, isn't it? So it will construct an array from our operation, yes, that's what we are expecting. So we want this, we want this, we want this, and everything under an array. Yeah, is it clear now? Yes. So here we are going to use another feature called select. So select, as name suggests, we want to select something. So basically it's a filter, correct? So what I want to do, nothing. I want to iterate over each and every element of the array and pass this data to what? There is a method called select. And I want to provide the criteria on which I want to select. So from employee object, if you remember, we will be having an attribute called salary. If the salary is greater than 100, then it should be in our list. You remember? So if I make it 10, so we will be getting all three, 1000 to 2000 and 100. So if I put let's suppose 200, so I will be getting only the relevant which is needed for me. So this is nothing but a filtering criteria for us, correct? If I want to, let's suppose if I want to perform any another operation on it, I can do that. How I can do that? I can pipe it here. Pipe is nothing but a map. Okay. So how map function works in other, here is also a map function, but it is same how pipe works. It makes our query a little bit more readable and linear in nature. So what I want extract this information based on some filter, and then what you need to do, uh, extract the val. So sorry, it should be salary, so we can have salary, and then what I can do, extract this and multiply it by 2. Are you getting my point? So till here we have extracted whole object, and from that object we want to pass this object as a filtering criteria. If the salary of that salary in that object is greater than 200, then pass it to our next stage, and that next stage is saying that extract the salary. Okay, we extracted it's 2000 and multiply by 2. So 1000 become 2000 and 2000 become 4000. It is as simple as that. So this is the criteria I want to highlight. Like we can put as many as criteria or the filtering rules or transformation rules in an our JSON structure, and finally do what you want to do. So there are lot many more operations available in JQ, but we need to stick with the limited one, and there can be different approaches to do it. So there is another very good feature about beautiful format of string and escaping I would like to highlight. Like okay, I will tell you that this is an honor, this is an honor list, and from honor I want to highlight that ID. Yes, so we I have the ID, and I want to pass this ID to some sort of encoding. So I can pass this type of encoding to different formats. Suppose base 64, base 64. What I do, pass this to base 64. So it created base 64 encoding of all these values. So if I want to transport something, it is very helpful when we are going to some communication or something, and we want something to be encoded and send over the HTTP or HTTPS or something like that. So this functionality is very helpful. So similarly, I can use this information. So let's suppose uh, this is our ID, and we have created, as we have seen that for each and every object we have created to one base 64 encoding. And if I pass this to another method called base 64D, so it will decode it to our original data. Are you getting? So these are the very powerful feature. Based on our logic, we can put the values and work around it. So that's it for today. So here, this is very powerful uh, tool JQ we can use in our best scripts when we are playing with Java. Oh, sorry, JSON structures. Thank you. Bye.